Hey gang, Will here from the Ashland Fly Shop with a mid-July update for you for fly fishing in the region. So we'll talk about Upper Rogue, which is, our backyard. So, we're really into that midsummer kind of setup where we just don't have a lot of hatches, not too much happening. If we're talking about the holy water, which we do send a lot of people up there this time of year because it's the proximity to Ashland. We are seeing some good results up there, some good catches, mostly streamer fishing, swinging streamers, swinging stonefly patterns, things like that on sinking tip lines and things like that can work pretty good, and still catching some nice fish up there. Not a lot of hatches. Maybe if you hang out till the very last light, you might see some small mayfly hatches or things like that, but really not too much activity in the way of surface action up there, but still a good bet, still a good place to go to spend a few hours. And I would say the same kind of goes for the whole upper river if we're talking about, trout fishing, everywhere from the hatchery down through Shady Cove. Nice way to spend an afternoon. You're going to see lots of rafters this time of year, lots of folks in orange plastic boats going down the river, but a nice way to spend the afternoon, looking for a few trout. You might catch a real nice cutthroat in there. But really, it's kind of quiet as far as that's concerned in Upper Rogue. Good flows. Flows are around 24, I think, coming out of the dam. So a little bit high, but really not too bad. And that's what we're seeing happening up there right now. Stillwater fishing continues to be very good after a nice strong start, but really just continuing. The Cascade Lakes are fishing very, very well. I'm noticing right now. Diamond Lake getting good reports from up there, and Klamath Lake as well in the basin fishing very well. Haven't had a report from Howard Prairie and some of our high mountain lakes recently, but I would bet they're just sort of at the tail end of some really good fishing, maybe ready to kind of turn over and get a little quiet with fish going a little bit deeper up there. But Diamond Lake, Klamath Lake should continue to fish well. I mean, some of those lakes have just lost snow along their banks recently. So again, just been the late winter has really been good for those systems. So Stillwater is a very good bet. If you're hiking into higher elevations, fishing higher lakes, I think you're going to find some very good fishing. Northern California, we love to get down there this time of year, and it's just really happening down there. Lots of good fishing. Have had very good reports from the Upper Sacramento. It has dropped into shape as of a few weeks ago, and lots of great midsummer fishing. Good water temps, good water quality down there. The McLeod continues to fish well, and got to watch that. We're probably going to start seeing some color go through there from from the glacier there on the south side, but that's really hard to predict. So, but even then, it can fish pretty well. Even with a couple 3 feet of visibility, it can be good. So don't let that spook you. And then all along that corridor, Pitt River's fishing well. Hat Creek gets a little quiet this time of year. Fall River has never really kind of really taken off like we like to see, but I think it's still worth going down there and poking around. So that whole south end of Shasta and all those watersheds down there is just a very, very good time to get down there and fish. Okay, mid-July, and we start thinking about summer steelhead about this time. So we will produce a kind of a pre-season look at summer steelhead and what to expect, and we're kind of the way we're seeing this season set up. We will go into depth with that shortly. You'll see that from us. But for now, we have about 400 fish up to the hatchery. Those are hatchery fish. There are wild fish mixed in with that. That's just in the upper section of the river. So there are definitely fish moving through. We've had a few firsthand reports. A couple of our friends and good customers have caught a few fish, have had some really good nights, catching a couple of fish here and there. So we're definitely seeing some pods of fish move in. Also talking to people who've been out drifting and gotten a grab and nothing else. So it's that time of year when we're just starting to see those fish come in. It's worth going out. It's worth poking around if you're a thick-skinned steelheader like a lot of us are. It's definitely worth poking around, but you gotta have your expectations in check, and it might just be a nice evening on the water. So a lot more to come on summer steelhead very, very soon, but mid-July is right when we start thinking about it pretty seriously. The North Umpqua is definitely up there. It's definitely a river that's up there in the mountains for sure. If you go, east of Roseburg, there's a good chance you're going to see the North Umpqua. I've been talking to people who go up there, and some say there's some steelhead up there this time of year. Some say there's not. I don't know. I know for sure the North Umpqua is definitely on the map, and it definitely exists in the Cascade Range of Oregon. So that's for sure. So that's an update for our region. If you have any questions at all, please give us a call. Happy to go into detail about any of these fisheries and more. We are taking lots of calls. We're talking to lots of folks about guiding for the fall. So we'd love to talk to you about that as our steelhead season gets closer. And yeah, happy to put you in some dates there. So we appreciate you watching, and thank you very much.